So that's like basic public and private IP address. So I'll go back. I'm just jumping around because I don't have a like correct slides. Not correct slide, organized slides. So class A, class B, and class C. Who is doing the network plus, or who are doing the network plus? They have to answer. They're gonna ask the question in exam. What is the host address and what is the network address, right? So class A. Class A is like this. First of all, IP address is made of 32 bit, right? 32 bit, 8 bit of 4 pair, right? Like 8 bit dot 8 bit dot 8 bit dot 8 bit, right? That's 32 bit, right? So suppose they give you class A. When we write the IP address, how you write IP address? 192.168.10.1, also known as a dotted decimal address, right? Dotted decimal address. That's also known as a dotted decimal address. Because decimal, what do we know? Decimal. For our convenience, not for the computer, right? Computer knows what? Just two numbers. What number the computer knows? 0 and 1, right? Nothing else. And we know all the other numbers. We know the decimal. Computer know binaries, right? So when you have a class A, suppose I give you, what is the range of the class A first? Hmm? That's the class A range, right? 127 is look back address, right? So 1 to 126, right? Class B. Right? 191. What is the class C, Omar?
192.
2. 192, 16. What is that?
68.
No.
62.
223. 255, right? What is the class C? Class D, sorry. 239, right? 239, 255, 255, 255, right? And class E is a 242. All 255? Some books says all 255, some books says 254, 255, 255, 255, both right. So doesn't matter, okay? But important part is the class A, B, and C. Class A, B, and C. That's what we use. Class C we use for multicast, and class E we use for experiment use only. But class A, B, and C. I have to go with the network plus way, so I might have to change a little bit, okay? Any question on the class? Again, why we have like range like 1 to 126, 1 to 128 to 191 or 192 to 224? Why we don't have 1 to 100, 100 to 150, 150 to 200? Why didn't make like that? And why is up to 255? That's the two question.
That's the most you can fit into 8 bits.
Yep. That's the answer right there. So what is that? Right there, 32-bit. Right. 32-bit binary. So if you do 232, right? That's your total number of address you can get it. How many? 4 billion something, right? But our 32-bit is divided in an 8-bit each, right? It's divided in an 8-bit each. So this bit probably 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Then 1, 1, 1, whatever. Count it, right? So how many now? 2 to power? How much is 2 to power 8? Hmm? 256, right?
Yeah.
But 0 is also a value. So 0 to 255, 0 to 255. That's why we have a 255 number comes out. Right? What was my other question was? Why 1 to 127? Why 1 to 128 to what's the next range? 191, right? Why we didn't come out like 1 to 100, 100 to 50 like that, right? Because of these binaries. Because of binary. Who use IP address in network? Router use IP address, right? So router read IP address. So when you tell router to read IP address, you always read from what? Left to right, right? Always read left to right. So I think I tell it like a lot of time. As a human being, what we know? Correct? We know decimal, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 we can do easily. But computer knows binary. So it does 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 faster than us. That's why they made something like that. So what is that? 255, right? This is 255 or 255 or 255 or 255, right? I know Christopher was writing some number earlier. What was the number?
I was writing 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128.
Right? 128. So that's your answer, first one. 1 to 127. Right? That's your class A. Right? Class A, all zeros. Class B. Sorry, 1 here. Rest of them is 0. So your computer knows that class A stops here. Class B. What is the value of this?
16. 16.
No.
128 plus?
64, so that's 192.
192, right? This is 128, this is 192. So what is the class B range? At end 191, 255, 255, 255, right? Right before 192. Whatever the IP address before 192 is a 191, 255, 255, 255. What is the class C?
192.
Plus how much?
Plus 32.
32. How much is that?
223.
224, right? So 223, 255, 255, 25. That's the end of your class C, right? That's why how they, if you have class D here, what's gonna be there?
224 to 239.
239, right? So he'll be 239. If you add one more, it's gonna be 255. That's why they made like that. But we don't worry about this thing. Mostly we're gonna focus on first 3 rows, right? Because nobody used it C and D. See, they use C for the multicast, but it's like way upper layer Cisco thing. So any question on this is out of the book, they won't ask in the exam, but it's just to know how it works, right? Your Network Plus book?
Yeah.
Can I borrow that one so I can go that way? It's more easier than going on CCNA. Right. So that's why they did IPv4. Then they come out with this subnet mask. What else other information we need? Suppose you are saying that each computer needs IP address, right? What else?
Back address.
No, like DHCP,
Oh, DHCP.
right? So subnet mask, right?
So that mask, yeah. All gateway.
And default gateway. We know about this thing, but why we need subnet mask? Suppose they give you 192.168.10.10 is your IP address, but your subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, right? So why we need subnet mask?
You can subnet.
Hmm?
So you can tell what class it actually is. 'Cause if you
Yeah, what
sub-
class is, right?
Yeah.
So by looking, we can tell this is the host, this is the network, right? This is
Right.
network, that's the host. We can tell by looking this. This is the class C first 3 bits is the network, last one is the host. But how computer knows or router knows?
Subnet.
Subnet mask. So what is 255? Right?
Yep.
Router read left to right, right? He start reading from here. As soon as he stops here, he gonna calculate this value, and he knows that's my network. That's why we need subnet mask, right? We can do one exercise, so that's why you know. All right, let's go with the one exercise. But I want to put that one first. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and 128, right? Just tell me any IP address, Kumar. Any. Doesn't matter, class A, B, or C.
10.1.1.
Huh?
10.1.1.
10 dot
1.1.1.
10.1.1, okay. You give me easy one. Alright, then let's do the 10.1.1. Anybody knows the binary of 10.1.1?
0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1.
Okay, let's do one like that. 10.1.1. What is gonna be subnet mask? It's class A. So everybody should know class A.
255.0.0.0.
Right? You assign that one. So what is the binary of the first 10, right? So 0, 0, 0,
0, 1, 0, 1, 0.
right? What's the next one gonna be?
All zeros, then a 1. Then all zeros.
Oh
then
my,
a
you
1.
give me really easy.
All zeros, then a 1.
Right?
Yep.
One, right?
Yep.
So when that packet is received by the computer or router, sorry, why I'm saying computer? It might be a one extra or one less, okay? You're gonna get this information, right? Computer gonna see like this. First line gonna be like this. Second line gonna be like this. So you're gonna start reading from left to right. As soon as one comes, the next bit he gonna stop, right? Right here. And he gonna calculate the value. What value he's gonna get? Anybody knows ending? Adding and ending? I don't know network plus Abdul Bhai teach you or not. Adding or ending, right? So how you calculate this value? How you can get the 192 out of that one? Oh, sorry, 10. So it's a like algebra thing, that's what it told over there,
Yeah.
right? Adding and ending, I don't know
Yeah.
the rules, but like 0 plus 1 is equal to
1.
in adding is 0 plus 1 equal to 0. That's the rule, adding and ending. That's like algebra rule, right? What else? 0 plus 0,
0.
right? And 1 plus 1,
1.
1, right? So now you add this two. 0 plus 1,
0.
what else?
0, 0, 0.
0, 0, 0, right?
0.
1, 0, 1, 0, right? So your router will calculate this value. What's gonna be this value? I'm doing reverse now, right? How router calculate, not us. We go this way, router go from one, right? Opposite. You got it?
Yep.
Then what the next value router gonna calculate? I'm
The way you
sorry?
explained it, I understand already how to do it, but the way you just explained it was confusing.
Confusing?
If I didn't know how to do it, that would have confused me.
This one? This one
Yeah,
is
the
good?
way you just explained it, if I didn't know how to do it, that would have confused me.
Okay.
That's clear to me, that's.
But I know how to do it already from MCITP.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you have done MCAP, Abdul Bhai has done like really detailed. I'm going more on the CCNA side, so. Alright. So when you do this one, well, how are you gonna do it though? You're gonna get 1, right? You're gonna 1 and you don't care about this value. He has no idea what it is, so you're gonna put 0. So that's how your router knows the network. 10.1.1.0. We have to think the way router thinks, that's what it is. Right? Let's do the other exercise. That's why, like, if someone has a doubt, it can be clear. What the other IP address? Give me the good one. Don't give me 10.1.1. Like some complex. So you can do 2 exercises. First, you can do binary, right? And you can also calculate the network, right? What else?
192, 163.0.0.
0, right? What is the default subnet mask for that one?
255, 255.
Right? Class C? Class C 255, 255, 255, 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the 192? How are you going to write 192?
1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? What is 163 gonna be? 128 plus 0, 1, right?
Yeah,
It's gonna be 160, right?
yeah, 160 is
1,
1.
176,
Wait, what?
No.
It's 163, so yeah,
0.
then
0.
8 gonna be there, right? No, 0,
Already-
0, 1, 1, right?
Right.
And the last one is 0. We don't have to worry about those things. Right? Now if you do subnet mask, what's gonna be subnet mask?
all ones, all ones, all ones, all zeros.
Right? And all zeros, right? Now we're gonna calculate this value. Right? Because the 1 ends here. So you're gonna start calculating whatever the value left on this side. So what's gonna be here? 1 plus 1?
1,
1 plus 1?
1,
Rest of them 0, right?
yeah,
What's gonna be here? 1 plus 1?
1,
1. 0, 1.
0,
0, 0, 0, 0. Then 1, 1, right? What's gonna be here? All 0,
Yep.
right? And all 0. And he calculates this value. After that, it calculates this value. So it's gonna be 192, 168, 0.0, right?
63.
160. Okay, it's 160. Sorry. This is the subnet we know, like class A, class B, class C. The newer router, you don't need subnet mask. You can, instead of this, you can do like this. You can type like this. What is called that one? I'm sorry? Yeah, Cedar, right? It's called class
Classless.
interdomain routing system, right? CIDR. We're gonna talk about that one too. So when you do 24, router will automatically know the first 24 bits are 1, rest of them are 0. You don't have to put like 255, 255, 2550. When you do 16, he knows the first 16 bits are 1, rest of them are 0. Do 8, first 8 bits are 1, rest of them are 0. So whatever CIDR, whatever you put 24, 26, 27, whatever you put, it means the first 27 bit from left to right are 1, rest of them are 0. Right? Left to right, always the way we write the subnet mask, left to right, all are 1, rest of them are 0. Yeah. So that's the class A, right? That's what this subnet mask is made for. Also, they have a CIDR, classless inter-domain routing, CIDR. That's what it's called. When you put the slash, it's called as classless inter-domain routing. Right? Also, I'm gonna go with the A plus, so I don't have too much on the A plus. I might have to do a little bit more. Also on the network plus, they have another IP address. They talk the APIPA. What is that? Automatic private IP addressing, right? What the IP address is that? 169.254.0.0, right? Anything when you got 169.254.x.x means that's your private IP address, right? Means, what is meant by that? When you get this IP address, what is the problem? DSCP, your DSCP server is down, or your computer cannot go to DSCP, or something is not working, right? So you have to troubleshoot that DSCP. That one was over the IP before. I think everybody knows the class A, B, C network ID and host ID. Am I right or wrong? Everybody good with the class A, B, C network host, right? So let's do a little twist. Probably for you guys might be a new, but more informative, okay? Usually we don't see the class A, B and C network in real world. Straight class A, B and C. What we need, what we do? Subnet the network, right? Subnet the network. Why we have to do subnet the network?
To break up IP ranges.
To break up IP ranges, right? Like in the, suppose this is your router, right? And this is your local area network router. On this side, and they give you 192.168.10.0. That's your IP range. How many address you can get? How many address you can have it from this address? First, let's do what is the network ID for this one. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, right? So what is your network ID? 192.168.10.0. That's your network, right? So that 0 from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up to how many number you can go max?
254.
255, right?
Right.
255. You can go up to 255. So suppose I give you this address. How many devices you connect on the other side? 254 devices you can connect. Different kind of device you can assign 254 different IP address to PC, to anything, your server, printer, anything, right? Maximum you can do how many? 254. Why not 255 and 0?
Broadcast.
This is your network ID, right?
Right.
That's your network ID. You cannot assign any network ID to any PC or any end device. So that's your network ID. And this is your last IP address is always your broadcast ID. What is broadcast ID? Why do we need broadcast ID? Why we need broadcast? We just talk broadcast.
In case you need to.
In case you want to ARP, right? Or do something like suppose you want to find the MAC address and you don't have any MAC address, right? In our case, we did 255.255.255.255 because we are talking about the whole range, right? But suppose you are on the limited range, that's your broadcast ID. So when you do the broadcast on 192.168.10.255, only 254 computer gonna listen that message, right? That's why you need a broadcast ID. So you cannot use this to ID. So what I have left? 254. So you can assign 254 devices, right? But some case, suppose on this side you plan, you have only 10 devices, right? Or the other case, like your network engineer told me that I need, like suppose this is 254, I need 200 IP on this side and I need another 54 IP on this side. But I want to use the same IP address, I don't want to use any other IP address, right? That time you're gonna do subnet, right? When you do subnet, the basic, you're gonna take this 0 and you're gonna divide in a 2 part. That's what you do. In subnet, you take the last bit, which is your host address, right? This is your host address. You're gonna divide in a 2 part. So you create 2 network from 1 0, right? So when you do that one, your IP address, your subnet mask gonna be changed. Right now, how much you have? 24, right? It's 24 right now, right? Class full. Class full is means class A, class B, class C. Class A is a 255, class B is 255, 255, right? But now you are going with the class less. There is no class. When you do go with the class less, this is probably like 26. 27. We're gonna calculate that value. How? That's probably the next week exercise. But we're gonna do this one. Class C, like 24, 25, not 24, 26, 27, 28. When you do 28, suppose I do 28 here, slash 28. What is mean by that?
First 28 bits, sir.
First 28 bits, right? And rest of them are zeros, right? So now you have what kind of subnet mask you have? What is this? What all this value is? 240, right? That's your subnet mask now. If you know how to do this one, you will be able to pass the CCNA. Nothing hard though, it's not hard at all. Alright. I'm just giving the overall view of that one. Right? So is it class less? That's what we're gonna learn. So another thing on the previous chapter, I skipped the hexadecimal. Right, I skipped the hexadecimal. When we do the IPv4, we're gonna do the hexadecimal. What is the hexadecimal definition? We have MAC address hexadecimal. IPv6 address is hexadecimal, right? What is the definition of the hexadecimal? It's a 0 to 9, right? And
8 through F.
0 to 9 and A to F. In Network Plus, you might have a question, I'm not sure, but in CCNA, you're going to have a definitely question. How to convert hexadecimal to number? So hexadecimal to number, how you read the hexadecimal? Anybody knows the MAC address? Just give me any MAC address. Any MAC address like AB, right? 11, 22, A1, right? 1, 2, 3. Let's do D, E, and F, F. Suppose this is your MAC address. We read this way. You done the MCIDP, right? I think they did IPv6. I don't know they do IPv6 or not.
I don't remember that part, but we did.
Okay, that's fine. But that's the IPv6. It's base of IPv6. Right? So now we know AB 1122 A1D E F F. How computer know this word?
Binary.
Binary, right? It's called hexadecimal binary. To convert hexadecimal binary, you have to remember this table. 8421, just like 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Just the first 4, 1, 2, 4, 8. That's what you have to remember. Right? What is the 0? Again we have to add everything. That's 0.
Yeah.
What is 1?
0, 1.
What is 2?
0, 1, 0.
3,
1,
4. Right? 5.
1.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 1, 1, 0, 7. 0, 1, 1, 1, 8.